Hey guys, Josh Kell here, and today I have a very special video where I pretend to be Adam Koralik and open a box that I have received from someone. So yeah, I got this box from my friend Eric in the US. He actually, it's a funny story, he actually found this in a recycling plant or some shit, and he sold it to me, which is really awesome. So without further ado, I already cut this just because like I know I'd have to be doing this one hand, but here we go. It is, if I can get it out. Don't try this one hand, kids. This is a Nintendo GameCube component cable. The most expensive cable in the world, as I like to call it. This is awesome. Now, what is this for? For the GameCube, of course, playing Game Boy Advance games. So, to see this thing in action, let us cut to some recorded footage right now. Okay, here is some footage I have recorded of a couple of games just about after I did the unboxing bullcrap. And overall, it went pretty well. I'm very impressed with the results. So for those who don't know what I'm like, this isn't the real like Game Boy Advance player disc I'm using here. This is actually the Game Boy interface, which is like a homebrew alternative to using the Game Boy player disc. It still uses like the real hardware of the GameCube advanced stuff that's connected, but yeah, different software basically. And here we have footage that was recorded at 480p. Now, unfortunately, to do 480p, you need to use the regular one, not the low latency versions. So there's a bit of a delay on the controller, which is the same with the regular the regular Game Boy player software, and you can even see like the regular one, instead of the low latency version, has like zoom in function. So the zoom in actually still looks pretty good here, I reckon. It looks a bit like it makes the ghosting in the image a bit more obvious if you zoom in, I think. Which wouldn't be there if you're using the low latency versions, because the low latency versions of the Game Boy interface match the Game Boy Advance's frame rate more accurately. So here I've switched to a Game Boy game, a regular Game Boy game, just to show that off too. This is Wario Land 2, a game I have actually not LP'd, even though it's like one of my favorite games. So here I'm just like gonna go to probably my favorite level, just because the boss fight is so awesome. Anyone for B-Ball. So yeah, this actually looks really good. Just showing some more defined pixels, and like the capturing is fucked up there for a second. I don't know what that was all about. Oh, look at that. That, like, the chance of that happening is so rare, and it just, like, happened while I'm recording test footage. That's what's kind of funny, getting two of those coins like that. So here I try the zoom in feature again. So what are we doing, a 3x zoom now? And that just looks like it's still so crisp, even after zooming in all that. Like, just look at, like, the, you know, the pixels on the coins and shit. Obviously, that's when it's standing still. You can still see, like, ghosting and shit. It's not perfect when the screen's scrolling, but, like, with how the frame rate converts, you really don't expect it to be unless you're using the like ultra low latency version of the Game Boy interface. So here I'm just farting around a bit. This is pretty interesting. I got LP this game, I gotta say. It's fun stuff. This is one of those games that has like so many different borders, which you wouldn't be able to see if I had zoomed in like this. I'll probably zoom it in like this anyway. Oh yeah, while we're just watching this, it's actually about to change, so let's talk about this. So this is very interesting here. What you're actually looking at here is the low latency version recorded, which is at 240p instead of 480p, which I thought my capture card couldn't actually record. And like I could probably zoom it in a bit, and I probably wouldn't look as good, but yeah, it was really interesting that my capture card can record this, the Avery Media Live Gamer Portable. I do remember later on they actually had a firmware updated that added support for that, but I tried to like record PS1 games on my PS2, which still outputs at 240p, but my capture card was like having none of that, so I just assumed, well, they said they added it, but it doesn't really work still. But yeah, looks like it's working here. It didn't want to work with the PS1 though, which is interesting. So, might have to try that again. Maybe they like updated it further or something. I think I forgot to cut this footage, so I'm just like kind of sitting here doing nothing.
Anyway, while I'm just sitting here doing nothing, let me just give a huge shout out to Eric for sending me this cable. Much cheaper than it would normally be. Huge shout out to him. His channel will be right in the description. And he's done a really good LP of Star Fox 64. Go check that out. He like showed everything. It was really awesome. I've never played that game before. Still haven't. Still only played the Super Nintendo one. But I've actually had Star Fox Zero for a while. It's just the price. It was such. It was like discounted so much. I'm like, shit, I have to pick this up, and I just have never gotten around to playing it. I still haven't friggin' played Xenoblade Chronicles. I downloaded it on the Wii U like at the start of 2015, I want to say, the year after Smash, like the year Amiibos were big. Damn, that's crazy. I can't believe I left this footage on for so long. So come on, switch to the next one already. Yeah, I think it's about to do that right now. So that's about it for Game Boy stuff. Let's just, like, for the fuck of it, look at an actual GameCube game with these cables. You know, the games the console was meant to be playing. So this is Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door with the forced 480p because PAL games do not support 480p, and the forced widescreen as well. I enjoy forced widescreen so much. You get to see like all this stupid shit on the side you're not meant to be able to see. Forced widescreen works so well in Thousand Year Door though. Like it looks like it was made to be in widescreen. Like you can see like more of the curtains and shit you wouldn't be able to normally see here. It's pretty rad. The only problem with it is you might be able to see here, like the cursor for picking your target isn't in the correct spot, but that's not really the end of the world. Gotta get that stylish point. Yoshi, you couldn't even kill this Goomba. That's just terrible. But yeah, this looks amazing. I'm just so blown away by this cable. I haven't actually tried it on my CRT yet. I have one of those magic CRT that actually has component inputs. So that'll be fun to try out, you know, chuck that into the good old CRT, play some like Metroid Fusion. Hoo, that should be good. I might actually do a couple more test recordings of 240p, the low latency version. The only reason I don't think I can though is because when I was doing that, my TV was like spazzing the crap out. So the only way I would be able to actually do that is splitting the component video and having it go to my CRT that can actually understand 240p, whereas my flat screen's like, what the hell is this signal? I don't understand this. It like showed it, but it kept like flashing. It was like you know, going black for a bit, then coming back and going black, and it kept changing. Like it thought it was like getting input from a PC, and then it's like, no, this isn't a PC, this is a regular console. And it just kept changing back and forth. It was kind of funny actually. So here I'm just going to go grind on the golden daisies, the best monster to get experience from. It just sucks trying to find it. You just got to keep going into daisy encounters and hoping it shows up. But yeah, that should be about it all for the testing. It looks amazing. Like I know I've said this like a million times. I'm just so happy with the results. It just looks so good. Yeah, just a shout out to Eric again. Check out his stuff, and yeah, hopefully I'll get to LP something soon using this cable. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on another LP episode.